This is a guitar to dream of, quite frankly, because it's easy to play, stays in tune, beautiful neck. I mean, the action, perfect. I would have killed for this guitar, literally killed someone for this guitar 20 years ago. Let's now get down to the coolest part of this video, which is the pros and cons. I always start with a pros because I'm a very positive kind of guy. Got it? So, pros. I mean, you gotta go with the specs. The specs of this guitar are unbelievable. I played so many guitars overall in my life because of this channel and just because that's what I do. And I've got to say, everything here is highest level that I've played. The frets with the addition of the rounded fret ends, what an amazing job on these. The tuners, these are very nice. They work perfectly. For me, you can't have a modern guitar like this without locking tuners. It's a must. It makes restringing easier. It holds better tune. Really, really good. The graphite nut, again, it's a must. Bone is great, but graphite is just as good. And again, very well cut. Action, again, this is straight out of the box. I have not done a single thing to this guitar, and it's got super low action. No fretting, nothing. The pickups sound very good. They are slightly higher output. They're not vintage pickups, so they're a lot more modern, but it makes sense because with the ability to coil tap the bridge pickup, you need something slightly higher output because otherwise the single version of it will sound way too weak. These Tesla pickups are really well balanced. It's a very rich combination with loads of variety. It is a very good set as a whole. And again, if you get these aftermarket, it does cost a fair chunk of money. So, you know, you're talking about a good level pickup here. Then controls, obviously really good. But the star of the show, as I said for me, and the biggest pro of this guitar, undoubtedly the Babbage full contact trem. This for me is I was going to say game changer, but it's such a good trem. I love it. I really love it. Some people have said they have issues palm muting. I don't personally. I don't see why you would. But I've got no issues palm muting. It's such a comfortable trem. Even with your hand on it, everything is round. So it doesn't stick out, doesn't poke out. The action, the way it can float like this, so you can pull up, down. It has a decent block at the back. The springs are very nice, quite silent. I've heard no rattling. And in conjunction with the graphite nut, honestly, one of the best tuning stabilities on a trem guitar I've ever seen. So you have to consider the full picture when you're talking about tuning stability, but this bridge, top. I love this bridge. I would love to get this on some of my other guitars. So those are the main pros for me. The components, the neck, electronics, bridge, tuners, everything is really well done. Let's move on to the maybe less good things. And to be honest, there's not a lot. You've probably gathered by now, I don't really have any major issues with this guitar. Look, this is, as I said, 380 bucks. So you are verging on that kind of intermediate price range, right? Not really low, not high. It's still sub, 500, sub 400 bucks. This is an incredibly spec guitar. If you think about the maths, obviously, if you add the price of the pickups with the price of the trem, with the price of the locking tuners, with the price of the Graphtec, not stainless steel frets, round, it doesn't add up, right? It's way more than 380 bucks, but that is Harley Benton's model. Mass production, they get massive orders, lower the price, simple economics. So I think in those terms, it's a steal. because you get really good components. It's a very solid professional guitar. Well done, Harley Benton.